Hello, hello. In this video, I will construct a whimsical house journal 2-page spread. These are the 2 pages. I hope to give you many ideas for creating similar pages of your own. These are just too much fun. I am having a great time making them. My name is Laura, and I'm from the Queen of Mirth, and I'm so grateful to be able to be doing what I really love. So let's get started. Well, the very first thing I did when I was preparing for making this spread was I got old magazines and I cut out architectural details mainly. Namely, I couldn't find doors, so I didn't cut them out, but it was windows and rooftops, towers, that kind of thing. And I think I got a couple of porches from Victorian houses, the gingerbread type. They're really cool. And I used a lot of stuff came out of these old vintage Victoria magazines that I have. I have a friend named Bonnie, and she gave me a ton of them from the 1980s and 90s. But you can go to any thrift store pretty well, and you know, wherever. You just really need some architectural details like windows. Or you could make your own. It's fine. I do both. The next thing I did was I painted the backgrounds, and they'll be mostly covered up, especially the bottom, but I like to have the page, I don't like to have any white on the page, put it that way. So I've just made a sky and some grass with a number of different colors of blue and green, very simple. And it's watercolor. Watercolor works better with these kinds of books because the acrylic paint, if you do it on both sides, tends to stick together, and it takes forever. I mean, literally like a year sometimes to really dry. A year if it's thick. So watercolor is the thing, if you have that. Okay, now what I have here, I have a bunch of rectangles. Oh, sorry. I got to put the grass down first. So this is the grass, and this is just grass from a magazine or magazines, and I've just torn it because I like the look of the torn edge. And I think, yeah, that can go like that. Okay. And I need to, it's a little bit too long, so I will trim it. And for this kind of a project, where we're doing this very whimsical style, we really have to, or it looks better, I should say, if we don't have everything perfect. Like the cutting lines, for example, can be off, and they'll look more whimsical and kind of interesting that way. So here we are. That's pretty good. And this is art glitter glue. And if you've watched any of my former videos, you've heard me going on and on about how I destroyed the metal tip. And if anybody knows how to get glue and a broken pin out of one of those very small, narrow metal tips that comes with the glitter art glue, please let me know what I can do to save it, rescue my tip, because they're really good to have. But this is working, you know. It's not having a tip for a glue isn't the end of the world. Okay, so here we are. And I'm using a rag to burnish. Nice. And then this one. I could use a glue stick, but I'm finding lately that this is easier. And the art glitter glue isn't making bubbles, so, or hopefully it won't this time. It has been pretty good so far. There, I just want to get this over by these rings. There, now this is our grass, or our foreground. Now, the next thing, maybe I should put this one down too. Okay. Because I'm doing both pages. And what we're going to have is some whimsical, tall houses. And I think they're quite sweet. I like doing this style now and then because it's different. I mean, it's different. When I say it's different, I mean it's different from what I usually do. And it's like taking a little vacation sometimes. I don't always like to make the same art or the same style of art all the time. I really like to be able to do a few other things, like, you know, sort of a bit of a variety, not a huge variety, but a bit. This style of whimsical journaling, I must credit Teesha Moore, who has inspired me over the years. She's made a huge contribution to the world of journaling, art journaling, and I'll put a link to her, to where you can find her, at the bottom of this video. I don't know if she makes houses exactly like this, but I really have to say that she's inspired me in with this kind of work that I'm doing. You know, if I'm going to put a house there, I don't want this straight edge, so I'm just going to rip this. I don't want, that was really starting to bother me. There. That's better. That's much better. Okay, now I can put this up like this, because I didn't want it way down. I felt like I had to hide that straight edge. I don't know if you could even see it, but it was annoying me. So what I'm going to do is set out a few of these. See, these are 2-story houses. One story is bigger than the other. The rectangles are approximately 2 1/4 inch wide, but they're not all the same. And I think it's good if there's a slight variation in size. So, and I haven't pre-planned exactly what I'm doing here, so I think that one's good. Yeah. And then, see, this is, I'll show you. I brought these to show you. See, this is a magazine page, and this is the type of image that I'm always looking for. And what I would do is I would just cut the tower off, or make it like this, bring it all the way down, and just cut this and make it into a tower with a peaked roof. And same with this side. I might just cut a rectangle here with these 3 windows, and maybe cut this dormer window out, and then put them on my work. And I brought this to show you because this is windows. See, if we cut these out, then we can put windows on here. And the scale doesn't matter, and the perspective doesn't matter. In fact, it makes it rather interesting if if this is kind of going this way, and these houses are flat, then everything isn't flat, and what we are trying for is this kind of storybook, whimsical type of thing. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just looking for. Okay, here's a roof that I cut out, and here's I think it's some kind of a dollhouse or something. I don't know, but I thought it would be kind of cool in here somewhere. And I'm looking also for here. And with collage, you can't go wrong with music, musical notes. Look at this is wrinkling up, but when the page is finally shut and everything, it'll go absolutely flat. But at the moment, it's coming up a bit. Okay, so this one is too high. I don't want the roof out of the book, so I'm going to make it a bit more like that. And this one there. Well, those are too much the same color. How about? And it's good not to have them exactly the same. Like, we want variation in height and size, but not so much in the width, because it's difficult to get it the way I want it with if the blocks are all different widths. They're not exactly the same because like I said, I'm looking for whimsical, not geometrically perfect. But okay, now these are all things that I got out of various magazines, mostly the Victoria ones, I must say. Look at that. I'm not sure that goes fair. Well, we'll have to see. Here's one. And here's a window. And also I like to have some people, I don't know if they look like they're peeking out of a window, but I like to think that they kind of are. Look at, it just adds that kind of human interest that I like. Here's a window. Here's a word. It says home. This is a bit too big. And the other thing I do, and I think it really helps, is I put a narrow rectangle between the stories of the houses. And I get them from all over the place. Another good place to find these kinds of images is in children's books. And if you go to a thrift store, take a look in the children's book section, because often they have very beautiful illustrations. that are extremely useful. You need a roof, and so do you. I'm sure I have some. Here's one. What do you think? Pretty good. Oh yeah, this one I remember. I thought this one was pretty good. In order to make that work, I'm going to have to bring everything down a little bit. There. Okay. What is this? I can't see it. Oh. Got to keep the lid on the glue. I think it's a window. Yeah, it's a window. And there's a window. And I want a person. Maybe she's better over here. I'm not sure. This one's upside down, this writing, but I kind of like it that way, but I think I'll reverse it anyway. It's not sticking out enough. It's too narrow. This one's probably better. Yeah, that's perfect. And then here's the window. Now, we don't need doors if I have these things in front. You won't see the doors. Okay, I think I'm ready to get started to just glue the thing down. So this one I will do later because it's on top. Same with this one. That was just to see how it would work. Now I'm going to glue them down, and as I do, I can make whatever changes I like. I made these a little bit wider. If I had made them 2 inches instead of 2 1/4, I could put 3 on a page, on one page, and then put 2 on the other, and I think that might have been a better composition. But it's okay. Now you are going to be there. I need to know that. And these are, as you can see, they're scraps of cardstock, or not cardstock, but scrapbooking paper. trying to use up my scraps. Okay, you can go there. And then you can go in the middle between those two. So I find this style of work is pretty interesting, really enjoyable. And I do encourage you to, if you haven't already, if you don't know Teesha Moore, I really encourage you to take a look at her work, and you'll recognize that she started this style of art journaling that has not lost its momentum in, I don't know, 15 years or 20 years, I don't know. I think I first saw her, she was a contributor to Somerset Studios magazine, and really good stuff. Okay, now you, my friend, you're lovely. You look so good. See, I like to think that this looks like she's looking out a window, but I mean, I know it doesn't really look that way, but it's kind of, and I don't know, I think it's good. So, and you, I want to turn around this way. That's right. Now this, I have to take a look. Maybe I like this one here. I don't know. I think if I have it, yeah, I kind of like it here. I don't know. And maybe this one here. And then these guys can be kind of close together. Now, this is sticking out. It's not glued at the bottom. I can't see if the glue's getting out. That's my problem right here. But there, definitely glue. Just push it down for a second. I want everything to really adhere to the paper. Okay. Wasn't there another one there? Eesh, I don't know. Maybe, no, I don't like that. Well, I think I have to, oh, here's one, a big one. Okay, maybe. See, now these are exactly the same, so I'll lift one up a little bit so they're a little different. Okay. Obviously this can't be here, so maybe some music. Which way does it go? I think it goes this way. Okay. Yeah. There. Another thing about this particular kind of composition with the houses is that just one or two of the houses made smaller would be really cool on a card if you are making a card for someone for a birthday, or especially maybe a housewarming. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. There's nothing complicated about this. It's relaxing is what it is. And it's a stress buster. We're going to try and get rid of stress. Stress is the enemy of the people. And to have them, see, this is, I've made it so that this is slightly tilted to the right, which I'm doing that deliberately actually to give it a bit of a wonky look. I'm going to just take a tiny bit off of this. There. Yep. And the fussy cutting you can do anytime. It's kind of nice to have a little container of pre-cut items like these. These kind of architectural findings are really useful in a lot of collage work, a lot of journaling. They're just interesting, and they can be put on top of a lot of different kinds of things, and I don't know, they give things a kind of a neat look. Okay, window. Nice. I like that. I do. I really do. Now, let's see what's going on here. Well, that is not quite good because it sticks out a little bit. But does that matter? Maybe not. See, I'm thinking that these are supposed to be in my universe. These are supposed to be houses that are built in front of these ones, and they're smaller. So, yeah, I think it works. Gotta glue the edges and the corners, always. The edges and the corners, so that the image doesn't peel up. with the burnishing, start in the middle and work to the edges. And that, if there's going to be any rippling or bubbling, you might get those air bubbles out that way, and you won't hook onto a corner or something and pull it this way in, toward the center and rip it perhaps. Because these papers, like this little house here, this is not strong paper, and it's pretty old. I don't think it's too fragile to use, or I wouldn't use it, but it's, you know, you've got to take care with that stuff. Now, let's have a look. What do we need? We need something here and something here. So, that could be a number of things. That's interesting. Luckily, I don't have to find any doors, because I didn't find a single one in the magazine. I think I went through 4 magazines for this project, and I didn't find a single door, not one. How about a dog? We love dogs, don't we? It's kind of nice. I like dogs. Oh, here's a little birdhouse. I like that. It's a birdhouse. Well, maybe I'll get started on the other page so that, and then I might find things as I go along that will be useful on this page. There. I'm not sure about the dog, so I'm going to leave him for now. Okay. Here we are. Well, as you can see, we're almost done here. I love the word nest. I love bird nests and how we make little cocoony nests in our houses, you know, our little homes. So I've used this word before. When I finish this spread, I'm going to show you. In this journal here, I have a few whimsical houses. And we're almost done, as you can see. So, and obviously I've cut letters out of different things in the magazines, because I really enjoy this look. I like it. Every time I see someone who has made words this way, I don't know, it makes me happy. I just like it. Yeah, these are just from ads with the different fonts. I haven't used any really bright colors in this spread. Sometimes I do, but I don't know, I kind of like these ones for this today. I like this, I absolutely love this color of green, the sage green, and this kind of rusty color complements it. Yeah, so a little bit of this is very good, especially if there's a blue like that. I could almost use a bit of this color over here. But, you know, I can always add to this. If I see it, if I find an image, if I just come upon one that I think would go well with these houses, I will definitely add it. The other thing I like about this kind of journaling, art journaling, is that it never really has to end. You can always change things, add to it, take it away, whatever. Now, is it a journal? Are these really journal pages? Because I haven't really written any journal-y stuff in it. There's one word, and there's home and nest. So I think that qualifies it for being a journal. 2 words are good. The 2 words are related, and they provide us with a concept that is very positive, and you know, it gives me the idea of a comfortable home, and that's good. So I hope you like this, and I hope that at least some of you will try this out. It's just great, and every time you do it, it comes out differently, and you know, you can draw your windows and your doors and everything, or you can do what I've done on this one and just cut parts out and collage your rectangular houses. Anyway, I just want to quickly show you some other ones that are in this particular journal. This one is called The Street Where You Live, and it's from a kit that's in my Etsy store. And I'm going to put the links below. I think I have 4, maybe 5 at the most, kits in my store that are whimsical houses, and they're all a little bit different. So this is Street Where You Live, and I don't think I have the other 3 or 4, whatever it is, in here, but I might. I'll just have to look. I can't remember. Anyway, this is the thing. My memory, I don't know if it's getting worse or not. I kind of think it might be. I am in my 70s, but so far so good. I'm doing all right. Anyway, Street Where You Live. And I love this. The roofs are separate so they can be changed around. And if you print it more than once, you can make a whole row of these, and they would all be different with the different roofs on them. And they have the little blue clouds. Yeah. And this border, the checkerboard, I really did get that from Teesha Moore. She is famous for her checkerboard borders. She has a border around pretty much every page she does. And I got that from her. In fact, here's another house one that I have. And this says, this is my only journaling bit on this one. It says, I am the architect of my dreams. And that's referring to the architecture. And that, yeah. So, and then this is just scrapbook paper, these three. And then I just drew kind of rectangles in a wonky sort of way and cut out little people from, I think there was a crowd scene in a Renaissance painting or something, and that's where these people came from. And then the door is just more scrapbooking paper. And I did the black line around, and this is the, and then this is just cut out of a magazine or something, bird. I thought it needed something on both sides, so that's their garden. And these, I guess these two live together, and this is their garden. And then this is another Teesha Moore inspired border. These checkerboard borders, they seem to go with almost everything. It's amazing. Okay, here's another one. Now, I took a painting or two, I don't remember, by Mondrian, who does all of those geometric paintings, and I cut out just square, because his paintings are all in squares and rectangles. So I just kind of cut them up, cut up his paintings. I made some copies, and I simply turned them into houses. And this is from another painting by one of the famous Dutch painters. It slips my mind right now, but yeah. And then this I cut out of somewhere or other. And then this is another window that I made myself, a wonky window, and I cut this out, and I think this was from an advertisement for a statue, not a statue, a figurine or something that looked like that. And then this is another person I cut out, and then this is from a children's book. It's an illustration. This is from an art book. It's also probably the same one as this. And here we have more Mondrian paintings. And see, I have the word nest on this one too, because that's one of my favorite words when it comes to home. The other favorite word I have is cocoon, but I didn't write that one down. I could have. Now this one just shows that I've used this beautiful image of, it's a really, really old greenhouse. And it was just an illustration in a magazine for something or other, or about something. And I find these irresistible. And she's standing in front of kind of a housey sort of thing. At least it's a building like that with a sloped roof. And this is another Renaissance guy. And this is a doll. I don't know. I guess she was somewhere. I don't know where I got her from. But these are just from paintings, like from art books. Her, and these people. And yeah. So yeah, this is, I don't know, it makes me happy. That's all I can say. And I think I thought maybe there was another one, but I guess not. Anyway, that's it for today. And thank you very much for coming by and for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it, and press the like button if you like the video, and I will see you, or you will see me, again very soon. Thanks so much. Take care, and I really love you. Bye.